Hello. So today we're going to make a foldable or we're going to actually fill in the foldable that I gave you today on biotic versus abiotic factors. So the piece of paper that we made in class, we folded it in half. I want you to write biotic factors on the left-hand side and abiotic factors on the right. Okay? So it should look like this. Notice how I did cut the middle part into two so that we can make a foldable. So simply, biotic is going to be on the left, abiotic is on the right. All right, so let's talk about the difference between biotic versus abiotic factors. Everybody open up the biotic flap so that you're now on the inside part of your foldable. Well, the word biotic means living. Bio is a Greek word for life. So, anytime we're talking about biotic factors, we're talking about things that were living or once had been living. In fifth grade, when we talked about ecosystems, you learned what living and non living is. Well, now it's the exact same thing, but we're just going to go with a better term, which is biotic and abiotic. So if biotic means living, abiotic means non-living. So write living on the front of your foldable, write living under the title biotic and write non-living under abiotic. Okay, now open up the foldable and I want you to write this on the bottom half after you lift that flap up. Write this definition that biotic factors are all of the living things in an ecosystem. So we need to make sure that we understand this. So if I was to talk about a bone, would a bone be an abiotic factor? So you had to think about it. Well, is a bone living or was a bone at some time living? So the answer is yes. A bone would be biotic because it was once living. So when we say non-living, we don't mean dead. We mean that it has never been alive. And abiotic factors, write this on your foldable on the right side under the abiotic flap. These are factors that are non-living things in the environment. And what we mean by non-living is that they were never living, they have never taken a breath, they've never done anything for life. They are not dead, but they are just non-living. So write these definitions, like I said, in your foldable. Pause the video at any time if you need more time to continue. All right, so now I want you to go outside. Again, you'll have to pause the video, and I want you to look around. You can be here at school in the after-school program. You can be at home, but I want you to go around, and I want you to mentally start noticing as many biotic, which means living, and abiotic factors, which mean non-living, that you notice in your surrounding. Okay, so pause the video and go do that now. All right, so we said that biotic means living. So what did you list? Well, I went outside and some of the things that I noticed were trees, plants, some birds were flying in the sky. There was grass, bugs, people, dogs, anything that was living. Okay, so any plants, any animals, even mushrooms, even bacteria, if I could see that. Those are biotic factors because those are living. So what about any non-living or abiotic factors that you list? Well, what did I see? I saw a school building, light poles, houses, apartments, cars, streets. Now, what about the other things? What about air? Is air living? No. But do we need air to live? Of course we do. We need water. Yeah, we can't live without air or water. Plants have to have soil. Temperature, if it gets really hot, like over 140 degrees or really cold, like negative 200 degrees, we couldn't survive. So all of these abiotic factors like water, air, soil, temperature, wind, they are themselves not living. However, life could not live without them. So even though biotic factors are themselves not living, they are important to help life to continue. So we do rely on them. Okay, so here's what your foldable should look like. I have the definition for biotic and abiotic factors, underlining the key words biotic, living, abiotic, non living. And then I wrote some examples. And notice how I did put stars around the air, water, soil, temperature, because these are the true abiotic factors that we're really going to talk about in an ecosystem. Because when we talk about ecosystems, we're really not going to go into school buildings and man made things. We're going to go into natural abiotic things. Okay, so we're done with our foldable. Bring that to class tomorrow so we can glue it in and go over it. But I want to make sure that you truly understand, so I want to go a little bit further. So you can put your foldable aside, but we're going to continue with the video. So I want you to look at this picture and tell me, biotic or abiotic? The answer is biotic. Dogs are living. What about the grass? That's biotic too. The ocean or the clouds, whichever one you want to look at, biotic or abiotic? The answer is abiotic. Water, clouds, air is not living. A mushroom, biotic or abiotic? Biotic. A rock, abiotic. The sun. Lord knows we couldn't live without the sun, but the sun itself is abiotic. So all organisms are what? Biotic or abiotic? The word organism, I want you to think about it. All organisms are biotic because all organisms are things that are living. The word organism just sums everything up. If you hear that somebody's talking about a particular organism, you know that it is living, so therefore it is biotic. So what are some biotic and abiotic things you see in this picture? List them off to yourself. And what are some biotic and abiotic things in this picture? Don't forget the frog. He kind of blends into the rock. Okay, so we're going to watch this Planet Earth clip. And while you're watching the movie, I want you to write down 3 biotic. No, you know what? Tomorrow when you get into class, we're going to watch this Planet Earth clip. And we're going to write down 3 biotic and 3 abiotic factors. Okay, so we're not going to do that tonight. We'll do that tomorrow. It'll be a good engage. Make sure that you write down any questions that you're not sure of on biotic and abiotic factors. Okay, so here's your homework. I want you to tell me a story about how biotic and abiotic factors play a role in your life. And I want you to do this in your science journal. We finished setting it up today. We did our table of contents. So I want you to do this on the next page. So for example, every morning I wake up and I brush my teeth with toothpaste. Then I say hi to my mom and I eat a bowl of cereal. I change my clothes, feed the dog, and walk outside to catch the bus. Sometimes I hear birds chirping on the way. Go back through your short little paragraph that you tell me about yourself and what actually happens in your life, and I want you to list all the abiotic and biotic factors. Make sure you do include at least 3. Okay, so tomorrow, make sure you bring your foldable and this, which is your extra homework assignment. I'll see you later. Bye.